Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's one of them queer-osexuals! Damn!
How dare you!
He's fucking...
Goal!
Jumping pixels in the neon night. A dabble here, a dabble there, it feels so right. And he's got the joystick leading the fight. Level up laughs till the morning light. Warp Zone Wednesdays, press start to play. It's a dabble in chaos, a game buffet. Dabble one up, don't delay. Warp Zone Wednesdays, it's the highlight of the day. Control yourself, no rage quitting here. With Annie's jokes, the lag disappears. Pixelated dreams, 8-bit cheer. Every Wednesday night, the fun is clear. From Mario's pipes to a portal's twist, it's a gaming galaxy you won't wanna miss. Warp Zone Wednesdays, press start to play. It's a dabble in chaos, a game buffet. Dabble one up, don't delay. Warp Zone Wednesdays, it's the highlight of the day. Coins are clinking, hearts are sinking, and it's quick wit has us thinking. A dabble dash, a power up dash, warping through worlds in a pixel flash.
Well, welcome back to Annie's Warp Zone, my weekly wrap-up where I talk about what I've been up to and what I plan on getting up to the next week. As always, we have producer Spurg Snake with us. How you doing, Snake?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good to have you. I'm doing fantastic. I've been away for a little bit, been working on a bunch of personal stuff and, like, professional stuff. This is my, like, diet professional shit. It's like my hobby, but I take it seriously. So if any of you watched WATP last week, you may have noticed my studio was really bare. I was taking down everything off the wall from the other room and slowly moving it into here, which I did mention at the end. And then it did take a little bit longer because I had to go clear out my grandma's estate and pick up a bunch of her shit. So before we get into that, I want to thank Gummy Chainsaw for the intro and the outro for this show. Thank you very much. Go to gummychainsaw.com if you want to get anything from him. He is really easy to talk to. He's great to work with. If you want to commission music, art, or even literally merchandise, I'm sure he's happy to help you work on. Gummychainsaw.com. Anyway, so as I was mentioning, I decided I wanted to kind of move my my studio into this bigger room. And the big reason being is I like to hang out with my friend Sean Tuesday nights. It used to be Wednesdays, but then WATP started being like 4 hours, which I like, but it made it harder for us to hang out. So we moved it to Tuesday. And we would sit on that couch behind me and we would watch like movies or whatever on basically the screen that's sitting like right here that I'm looking at. It used to be this screen and I kind of switched them around, moved them around. But the couch was like, so here I'm sitting at my desk like where I was, and then the couch previously was only like this far away, and then I would hit the couch. So I had like very little room to actually move around or do anything. The other room is literally like a hallway, which is perfect for just me alone. But if I have my friend over, which I do every week, it feels cramped and it's awkward because everything was kind of just sitting on the desk and it's all tilted towards me. And whenever he's over, I have to move my whole desk and rotate everything so the screen is properly facing him. And it's just inconvenient for both me and him to have to look at things at a weird angle. So he suggested, which was my plan anyway, but he suggested and then made me realize I should just fucking do it right now when I'm able to. He suggested that I get arms for these fucking monitors so I can reposition them, which is exactly what I did. I ended up getting the brand is J5 Create. I ended up getting like a dual mount for both of the monitors sitting right here. But because they're so close together on the base, it didn't give me enough of a reach that I wanted to. And then because of how the clamp works, it clamps right here onto the edge of the desk, and still didn't give me the amount of movement that I wanted to. So I had to drill a hole in the desk and put the mount there, and ended up needing two single mounts because I still didn't have enough of the reach and the range that I wanted to. But instead of going to return the double mount, what I did is just spent a little bit more money and got another monitor, and now it's on the opposite side of that. So anything that's on this screen here is also playing on that other screen, which is perfect, again, for whenever my friend Sean comes over, because I'm going to slowly convince him and, well, like, politely browbeat him into recording our conversations. We're not going to do it live or anything like that, and I can edit out anything that he doesn't want to actually go out or whatever. But him and I, at least in my opinion, have interesting conversations about, like, the movies, games, and books and TV shows and everything that we like, and be like, hey, how could this be better? What would we do different? And you know, maybe nobody else cares about that, but I like that conversation, and I like hanging out with him, and I have all this extra equipment, so might as well just sit here and do it literally face to face and just hit record. What I was telling him when he was here last night is, because all of these are on arms, we can either do like a pass through where he looks at the screen and it has my face on it, and then I look at the screen and it has his face on it, since they're like across from each other, or we can move the whole monitoring system and then look like past the monitors and literally directly at each other. I'll have to build a better like noise gate for the other microphone and figure out how to gate it separately than this one. If I had two Shures, it'd be no problem, but I don't have another $600 to spend on a Shure. At least I don't think so. I'll have to look. I don't need another Shure SM7B. If I can get the Yeti to work for it for just like a 20-30 minute conversation, then it's perfect. I'll have to, like I said, I'm gonna have to build a noise gate on it, because you might be able to hear it when I'm talking right now. There's a little bit of like faint background noise because I have an air conditioning running right there in the window, which is fantastic because the noise gate on this microphone is actually good enough now to allow me to not be hot as fuck while running all this equipment. So, because it gets really hot in here, especially during the day, because the sun comes in on this side of the house, is like the eastern front. So it literally comes in on this window and it just cooks this whole room. So having the air conditioning as an option is really nice, because I don't have central air because I am poor and I live in a shitty apartment. So, you know, that's just how it is for us Americans. At least I have the option for air conditioning, unlike Eckle Pineapple in the chat. Y'all people apparently are like against it. You think it's like some sort of crime or makes you weak or something. I don't know what it is. Echo Pineapple says, can we crowdfund to get Rochi on that couch? I would love to have Rochi over here. That would be fun. But excuse me. But I don't think Rochi hangs out with faggots, so I don't think that would happen.
Also, real quick, you said that you were browbeating your friend Sean into doing this. I prefer to use the word indoctrinate. You're trying to get him to dabble in or join the dabble cult, I think. Not really. It's going to be this kind of stuff. I don't think you're going to be talking about anything like that. But
no,
you're definitely
our closest crossover in the Dabbleverse, which there is crossover. It's amazing. Like, the Dabbleverse isn't big, but like, imagine like a big pane of glass and somebody threw a ball at it. Right at the beginning, or right at where the ball hit, there's a huge crack. But that crack also might go like all the way to the very, very edge of the pane of glass. And that strain is where somebody may have come into the Dabbleverse. And for my friend Sean, his connection is Tony from Hack the Movies. He loves that shit. And Tony is adjacent to both WATP and The Biggest Problem. And that is... So he's just like 2 steps removed from the Dabbleverse just by liking Tony from Hack the Movies. And it has basically nothing to do with the Dabbleverse, but it's so close, you know? And he knows what I'm talking about because every once in a while he'll have somebody on that talks about it briefly or something like that. And he just hears about it ancillarily.
ancillary. And not only that, Tony just had Little Lemmy on, who is Patrick Melton's mod. In that
Exactly.
chat,
Yeah. So there is that overlap. Even though he's not in the Dabbleverse, he's still got that overlap because it is surprisingly far-reaching, even though it's small.
Well, yeah, and that's what you were being very nice. You're like, oh, it's a crack in glass. No, it's a nasty tendril, like a slimy evil octopus with tentacles that reach far into the internet and is slowly consuming everybody. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy. You'll see.
So back to my desk. This was kind of what spurred on the whole thing. Is I wanted another desk, and I was going to reorganize the hallway room and just like reorganize that. But I was looking at like measurements of desks, and because of how cramped my desk was, I had like verticality going on, which I didn't necessarily want. Like I was constantly like looking up here at this other monitor, which was fine, but it's just not necessarily what I want. I almost never need to look at this monitor. So it being behind me kind of gives me like a more dynamic, like I can like rotate around and then move my mic and kind of like watch it. And I kind of like this option. It gives me much more freedom, which is a big reason of why I decided to get a bigger desk. Initially, I wanted just a L, or I wanted a second desk, basically the size of my first desk, to kind of make an L desk. But as I was looking around online and trying to like price out a new one, there's several $1,000s for one that I want. So I immediately started looking for a used desk on like Facebook Marketplace. And that's great because I live right next to St. Louis, and St. Louis has a bunch of offices and stuff. So there's always like office clearing sales and stuff like that. So this huge desk that I got was only $150 plus another $25 for the bookcase that's right over there. That bookcase was an add-on. The one that's right behind my head, this one was included, as well as this little drawer that it's hard to point at it. That little drawer that it's sitting on, and that was included with the desk. But the bookcase over there was an add-on. So either way, I got like a whole suite of furniture for under $200, and that is basically 99% off what it would have been if I would have bought this desk new. And it's amazing to me how much companies waste on office furniture, I guess. Like, because if you're buying like 10 of these desks, that's like $100,000, So I digress.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, the monitors needed to be mounted very specifically for me to actually like them, which is why the whole renovation took longer than expected, is because I had to keep moving these monitors. Initially, I had this one so much closer that this area still felt cramped, and that is not what I want at my desk. I do not want to feel cramped. That's just not a comfortable feeling, and I know Snake knows all about that, considering his office is literally a closet, or at least that's what it looks like.
It's a glorified walk-in closet. There's 2 windows, mind you, but yeah, it's a.
Yeah, you were telling me it's actually like it's supposed to be like a kid's room, like a growing room. It starts this, goes this, up to this age, and then you could even go further in ages if you didn't have the money to move them into a bigger room or the space. But yeah, it's a very small room for like one single small kid. I think you make great use of the space, though.
It's the library room.
Phil Elmore swords?
Stuff.
Ah, okay. So yeah, let me get to that. So I was almost done with everything on Sunday. Sunday night, I was almost done, and I was gonna be ready to go live like Monday, but Monday morning, I had to go clear out my grandma's estate. She had passed away last month, and my aunt was finally ready to go through it and actually, start getting rid of stuff and getting it out of the house to clear it for the buyers or the sellers or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not involved in the estate. It's not my business. But she started taking pictures of stuff and being like, first come, first serve, claim this in the picture, but these are supposed to go together. I would prefer if these go together. These doesn't matter. Just kind of like some loose rules, but basically being like, take this shit, please, so we don't have to throw it away. And my cousin was essentially that same way. He's like, I would much rather all of this go to family than to go anywhere else. Even if somebody else will appreciate it and like it, I would much rather it to go to family. And I kind of feel the same way. Even if, like, objectively, most of the stuff I got from her is just junk. It's like garbage. But it's sentimental garbage, and it's her garbage that she wouldn't be happy if it was just thrown in the trash can. So I took as much of it as I could without, like, cluttering my house completely. I'm very good at, like, min-maxing my space. Because, like, as you can see, like, everything is clustered here on this wall, but there's still plenty of space here on the floor to walk around and sit and stuff like that. I make a dedicated effort to have a pathway through places, and with the exception of where I was, like, for, like, a month before, because I had to have a fan up, like, that, the bedroom is really hard to get around that stupid wall there because of where they put the door frame. It's really retarded, but... I'm not the one who designed the house. Honestly, I would blow that whole wall open if I could, but it's I rent, so I would have to literally pay for it if I broke that wall down. Anyway, this room has plenty of space now, and I don't have to worry about that. But some of the stuff that I got from my grandma didn't really have a place or kind of like a feel for it in this room here. So I want to show you guys kind of some of the stuff that I got from my grandma. I have recorded a video of my house, kind of a walkthrough here. So I'm going to pull it up here on stage now. And it doesn't have any sound or whatever, but you can just watch as I go through this recording here. This is the bedroom right here. It's that tight little fucking stupid doorway here. New from my grandma is some of these random, like, old pictures, paintings, and you're going to see it as I pan around here to the TV, this picture canvas thing of this old man. The TV there is also from my grandma. It was going to be thrown away if I didn't take it, and it's way bigger and nicer than my previous TV in the room. So I gladly took it, and it also has HDMI, so it would just be foolish of me to not take it. Here, I'm gonna cover the little painting here in just one sec, or this little canvas thing. It's like this little knitted texture thing. It's like a carpet or something. It's really weird. It's interesting. I don't like that. I don't like that his one eye is blind because it's creepy. Like this one, you can see the pupil, but then this one is like milky, and it's just like, I don't know. He's watching you. But I do like the man smoking the pipe.
I like him.
Yeah, I really liked all of those that my grandma had. Moving into the next room. Let's see. I got that sign from her out of the garage. My aunt was like, well, basically everything has to go. And I was like, well, what about that right there? She's like, what? I'm like, this stupid garbage sign. She's like, oh, okay, sure. I think it's funny because the kitchen is like where I unwind and stuff from work, and then as I walk through that door is ending my work zone into like the entertainment part of my house. Now, this is my old desk here that I have fully turned into my vanity makeup table, which I finally have room for instead of cramping it in my closet and lazily in my bathroom. I am so happy with this. Is that a cat behind you? Are you part cute cat human hybrid? Yes. My cat is very annoyingly sitting right behind me.
I currently also have a cat, and it was all over me yesterday. I was wearing black sweatpants and a black t-shirt, and totally covered in fur by the end of the petting session.
I think he told me to not be foolish looking for the treasure out at sea, since everyone has tried dying to get it. Absolutely, right. This isn't a competition, Spurg. So, now to my old desk. Like, that right there is the full size of my old... I hate that it snaps around with this. I don't have a better player since I'm just using the default player on Windows. I could get a better one. But yeah, I had all of this entire setup that is right here on -1 monitor. Like the one is new. But all of this on that small desk there. And it worked, but it was cramped and I wasn't doing myself justice, honestly. So I needed a bigger space. You can see all these little random paintings and stuff on this wall and pictures. Those are all from my grandma's place. Whenever she was taking pictures of the stuff on the wall, a couple of my siblings claimed like this or that. Like my sister wanted one of the old man paintings and a couple of the Indians, but everything else basically I was just like, I want all of that. And then we're starting to get into the wall stuff. Like this is one that she left me, like specifically, just this weird, I don't know, Indian god. I don't Hindu. I don't know what the difference is. I'm uncultured in that aspect.
Google Lens will help you.
Here's my smoke table, which is finally nicely organized. I got a bunch of little sayings there underneath there, just random, stupid, Quirk Chungus, lol, XD random shit. I really like a lot of the paintings that I got from her. Like that one right there is really nice. I should have zoomed in more closer to it. But it's like a snowy landscape with like some dead brush and stuff, and then a tree with like, it looks like mountains in the back, but it could be like just a snow-swept storm. I like to think it's mountains. Nice to have like a little bit of room for interpretation here. Something that I don't know if she collected on purpose or whatever. All these little pictures of like outhouses. I don't know what this is about. Then here on the other side of the wall is this welcome mat is something we all made as kids for her. My grandma collected a lot of these weird masks. Sorry, mucus in my throat. And my sister wanted most of them because she liked them and she was always like creeped out by them. But I only wanted that one because this is the only one that I ever was interested as a kid. Because it's got like the multi-layers to it. I kind of like that. I had to go to the store. Cool. Sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just saying that I did like that one a lot. You showed me a picture of it. I got to see it close up. It's very cool.
I had to assemble this whole shelf here because all of the little jade statuettes are, well, red jade, are left to me in her will. So that's something she wanted me to have. Everything else is kind of just stuff I claimed from her estate. But all the little dragon statues are something she left me. Which is kind of cool because I like them a lot. Like that one right there has the red eye. I like the ones that are holding the jewel. The one with the dragon with the little snow globe is cool. The lighthouses weren't left to me, but I did like them, so I claimed them. My grandma seems pretty cool. Yeah, she was really traveled. On the next shelf that we're getting to in a second here. She really, really loved to travel. And some of the stuff is from Scotland, like that mug there. And then going down onto the next shelf here. Some more Scotland mugs. We hold on once it focuses. I need to dust these off because these are dirty, but they are really cool. The problem is once I dust them off, I'm never going to dust them off again. Yeah, so these are stuff from her trips to Scotland. And then this is it's like something post. I don't know. It's a show or a newspaper. I don't know what it was, but my grandma had like tons of these mugs. So I just took this one because it had the Seaman, which kind of goes with some of the other stuff that I got from her. And then Chicago Super Bowl stuff because she was a big Chicago fan. That's where she was born, raised, and grew up for most of her life. And then here is all stuff that I got from my grandma. She left me the chair, and I took the TV stand with the TV and the VCR and the DVD player so I can play like older stuff if or whenever I decide to, since I didn't really have a way to do that other than just like pirating or getting it off the internet. Which, you know, whatever. Don't get startled. I'm playing music now. I just realized I didn't like how quiet it was. There we go. Alright, anyway, moving on. That's pretty much the rest of the stuff that I got from her that I left out in here. Like I said, it couldn't really fit in this room here, my office studio, whatever the fuck you want to call this. So I had to kind of just populate it into that room because I didn't want it just sitting in boxes. So I made sure to quickly put it all up because otherwise that's exactly what I was going to do. Because I know myself. If I didn't immediately just do it, it would just be sitting in this front room here forever. And I would be walking around it every time I walked into here, which had already been almost done. So, this is, the last, like, big thing that I got from her is this weird hobo guy. Just a man reading a newspaper out with the garbage can. So, Echo Pineapple said, Phil Elmore swords, and those are the other thing that my grandma left to me in the will. My cousin, he asked if he could have them, and I said, oh, hey, you can have them if you want. Like, sure. I mean, I don't even need, like, a trade or anything. If you want them, take them, because they mean something to you if you want them. They're just swords to me, you know? But my grandma left them to me, so I'll take them because they meant something to her for me to take, blah, 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 semantics, you know? Sentimental shit. But either way, it's nice because there was only 3 of them, and it had this extra rack right there at the bottom, so I could fit the one sword that I did have, which actually came from my grandpa. So now I have swords from my grandma on my dad's side, and then my grandpa on my mom's side. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
That pretty much concludes all the stuff that I got from her, other than 2 things that I'm picking up tonight. There is like an antique rug. I don't have the measurements for it, so if it fits, I'm gonna put it in that room right there, that front room that we just went through. If it doesn't, I'm gonna put it in the kitchen, but I'm gonna have to make sure to take care of it because I don't want it to get ruined by like grease, you know? And then the other thing is a huge antique mirror that is apparently older than my grandma, and it was like, I'd have to ask again where exactly it came from, but it's an old fucking antique mirror, and I like mirrors, so I'm gonna put it on that big blank wall right there. I already have a space reserved for it. It's like the only blank wall left. And then that pretty much concludes all the shit that I got from my grandma, which is a big reason that my studio setup was delayed a couple of days. I really did plan on doing stuff on Monday, but it just, it just kind of came up, You have to do what you gotta do. Real life sometimes gets in the way. Quick, someone ban Sam Bibley. San isn't a massive fan of Murs. What's Murs?
Mirrors, I think Little Mirror.
Oh, mirror. Yeah, okay. Yeah, little mirror. That makes sense.
Oh, or it could be mirrors. Like Sam isn't a fan of mirrors because he does, scary reflection.
Maybe, I don't know. Moving on though, the other thing that kept me from actually recording last week, and doing any like gaming and stuff before I started moving my stuff, is I went on vacation. Right around the same time Echo went, I went right on vacation. I went to the Lake of Ozarks with my family, which was, nice. I mean, it wasn't the nicest. It's kind of nice. We had like a little, house right in the lake. There was a pool table, some... Hold on, I gotta put this where I can look at it. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going backwards. So down here is the, like, entertainment room, where we have, the pool table, and there's a, X-Men... I think it has 2 games on it. It's like a fighting X-Men game and one of those like beat-em-ups, side-scrolling beat-em-ups where you like beat up bad guys and get power-ups and stuff like that, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style. I think it's both of those games. I didn't play it at all, but seemed pretty cool. The littler kids, they definitely enjoyed it, which is nice because it sucks to go out to like a cabin like this and just have outdoor shit to do if that's not your thing.
I think little kids kind of neglect the outdoors. Like, it's fun to run around in the yard or hang out with your friends and do sports stuff. But yeah, if I'm on vacation, I probably would have spent a lot of time playing pool or video gaming because, especially between the ages of 0 and 15.
Yeah. I had a lot of outside time as a young kid, and then I got into games, and I was like, fuck the outside for a long time, and then I started liking the outside again, but I was like, nah, I still really like games. Like, I like being outside, and, you know, if I have someone to go with and do something with, great, awesome. But for the most part, I'd rather just, I don't know, I'll go explore in Skyrim or something, you know? Which is something I stopped doing because of the whole vacation and everything like that. I was setting up mods for that. I got to get back into that now that I'm back in the swing of things. And another big thing is I need to redo my schedule. Today, I was actually supposed to record Callisto Protocol for What's This Game with Mondays Weekly, but neither him or I have finished it. So, unfortunately, that's just... I have nothing to say. We didn't stick to the deadline. So, that's okay. It's totally, it's fine. It's not like my show's that professional or anything like that. It's a hobby show either way. Speaking of hobbies, I didn't really end up doing any of my hobbies or anything like that other than, just listening to podcasts and stuff. That's kind of all I did was just relax, sit next to the lake. Speaking of which, we were right here on the lakefront, which is nice. We had this little dock here, which I ended up sitting right there for the most of the weekend. You can see my stepdad down there fishing. He ended up catching a bunch of shit. He ended up catching a catfish that he ended up cutting, skinning, grilling, frying, whatever. All of the process. Cooking it, and we ate it. And it was pretty good for something that we caught in this little... I guess it's technically a reservoir, but whatever. So down there next to that little lighthouse there, I thought it would be nice to take a picture through it. I just thought it would be a nice little cinematic shot. He got catfished. Yeah, absolutely. Down there on the right, we had like this tiny little sand pit, which I feel like we would have actually used if it would have had a fire pit, but it didn't. It's just a little bit of sand down there to sit. And I'm like, is it so you can pretend you have a beach? I guess, but there should still be a fire pit. Even one of those little roll-up ones.
Yeah, I didn't notice it was sand. Yeah, there needs to be something there. I think, yeah, you're right. It's just a, like, pretend beach. It's funny.
I ended up getting plenty of sun, and, because I am so white, anytime I do get sun, I end up getting tanned and burnt, and then it stays forever. So I have this V for my swim top for the last like 3 years, because every time it's about to fade, I'll go on like a trip, and then like it was about to be faded, and then I spent 2 days at the pool in Vegas, you know, out in the sun cooking. So I just perpetually have that V now there because of my swim top. The second day we were there, we rented a pontoon boat. It's actually a tri-toon, so there's 3 of them instead of 2. It was kind of nice, just a nice chilled day out on the lake. Everybody who felt like it went out and swam in the lake, and I didn't really feel like it because I don't really like lake water. It's icky, and I don't want it in my hair. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll just stay on the boat. Which is really nice because it was a beautiful day. It wasn't too hot, wasn't windy, nothing like that. I was mostly just testing out my camera. Like, that is like the macro zoom. I'm sitting probably, judging on that shot right there, I'd say probably like 6 feet away, and that's like the macro zoom on the engine. So I'm pretty impressed with my camera as is. It's not the best, but it's the best camera I've owned so far.
That's pretty clear for a zoom.
I was taking a lot of these shots because it was just really pretty, and I just kind of like the view. At night, though, the house was really nice because it had these walk-up lights and all of these, so you could get some really cool night shots, especially if you did the like longer exposures. I was also playing around with the panoramic shots here. This is us getting prepared for my little brother's 13th birthday. He's assembling a little Lego kit that he got. He really likes the Minecraft Legos, as well as What's the other one he likes? He used to like the Marvel ones, but not so much anymore, so I don't remember which one he likes now. That's him blowing out the candles and stuff like that, so it's nice. It's dark, so you can't really see any of my family's face, so I thought this was a good shot. What a loser. Minecraft? Yeah, I mean, objectively, though, the Minecraft Lego sets are, like, it makes a lot of sense. They're cool. I mean, the game's blocky, it's blocky. It kind of translates really well. Right here is where I spent most of the weekend. It was just sitting right here on this little corner, just staring out into the lake, listening to podcasts, stuff like that. It was a really nice time, honestly.
Yeah, no, it looks gorgeous.
And then with my sister, we went up to the overlook over the dam. So the dam's to the left, and that's overlooking the reservoir. And I think this is the last shot in the lineup that I have. Just the last night we were there, just watching the sunset there. We couldn't catch a good sunrise because of the direction of where the house was. You had to be on the front of the house, and on the front of the house there was a big hill with a bunch of trees, so it kind of obscured the sunrise. But nice sunset shots, that's for sure. So that was pretty much my family vacation. We didn't like do a whole lot, which we all kind of like. We all liked having like maybe one or two things that we have like an idea of what we want to do, and then if things come up, we all just kind of separate, and we usually bring multiple cars. So who goes to do what depends on what you want to do. We've really developed a kind of nice, lax family vacation style, where you just have like the hub, which is the house, and then you can kind of just walk around and do whatever you want to do all day or nothing. So it's really nice. Last year I missed the family vacation because I was spending so much of my money and time traveling to all the WATP shows. You can see all their posters and stuff up here. Went to quite a few of them, and it was definitely worth it. Didn't regret it at all. I did miss, like, I was just like, man, it kind of sucks that I'm not on my family vacation, because it's something I end up really enjoying every time, even if it's not like the most like high octane fun or whatever, you know, it's not like the most stimulating, but just spending time with family is something I think people take for granted. Not all the time, but often.
More now than ever, in my opinion.
Where was the last place you went on a family vacation?
I couldn't even tell you. There's not much. Like a lot of my family's old and gone. But like, we're in Ohio, so like the vacations were kind of close. You know, Cedar Point's right here. Jogga Lake isn't here anymore, but it's the Six Flags or some shit now. So we would like go do that. Like we had things we would do every summer instead of like traveling as a family, because you know, poor kind of thing. If it was more of a road trip than flying somewhere kind of vacations. But not long ones either, though. Like some people would drive from here to Arizona and make that a 2-week vacation. You know what I mean? Or whatever it was. It was more like camp like that. Because there's like so many campground parks, natural lakes and stuff like that to go just kind of hang out and do stuff. It's been years, though. Years and years. You know, I really should round up the nephews and drag them out to some place just like that, because they're not going to...
Even if it's just like a little relaxing, like chilling at a cabin, stuff like that. Exactly. It's really nice. Just even if you bring your phone and have Wi-Fi, it's nice to be away from other stuff, even if you have the comfort and stuff. Vale coming in saying the new streaming space looks great, and I appreciate it. I've put a lot of effort into it. So the lighting, I think, is the big thing. I wanted good lighting. So, funny enough, I bought a new camera, and because the camera that I've had it for a while, and I didn't like look, and I didn't check what the camera I had was. I just knew I had a camera and I wanted a better one. So I was at a store and I saw one and I bought it because I was like, oh, okay, well, this looks good. It's got all these features. It's got good quality, you know, whatever. It's only 30 FPS, but you know, that's fine. It looks really crisp in the shots, but of course those are marketing shots and whatever. But I bought it, set it up, and I was like, and then when I was setting up this other monitor over here, I switched to this camera, and I was like, why does that look so much better? Like, I would say it looks 30 to 40% better than the camera I just bought. And it's 60 FPS. Like, it's a smooth camera.
I think that's probably making a huge difference. 60 FPS makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference, but you don't need, like, you don't need that extra 30 if the actual picture quality is really good. The only feature that other camera has that I I think is the auto zoom, autofocus, which is nice, but this camera has such a general like wide focus. Like the stuff back there doesn't look like it's out of focus, and the stuff right here doesn't look like it's out of focus either. So like this camera is just superior in every way than the one I bought. And I thought about returning it, but then I was like, I actually do need the second camera anyway, because as previously mentioned, I want to start recording with my friend Sean, and he needs a camera pointed at him, and I need one at me, so I needed 2 camera setup anyway, so I just ended up sticking with it. But ended up reverting back to my original camera for 2 main reasons. 1, it looks so much better, and 2, the other camera doesn't have the ability to like pivot left, right. It only does like up and down, and the lack of being able to position it in the direction that I want is also a huge negative. So, note to self, next time I buy a camera, actually do some research on it. Don't just pick one up off a shelf.
Yeah. Definitely know what specs you're supposed to be upgrading.
See, I would do what you do and use my phone as a camera with a designated mount and stuff like that. The problem is my other phone that was good and had a good camera is dead. So I only have 2 shitty phones that are from like the early 2000s, so not a great camera at all. And one of them can't even download the app to connect to my phone or to my computer, so it doesn't matter. The setup I have now is fine. When I do Pokemon streams, like Pokemon card streams, I'm going to just use my actual phone with the super high quality camera as the tertiary camera, because that one has the autofocus, the 4K lens, so it's the one that's actually worth looking at cards.
Yeah, that'll be nice, especially when you're showing off that artwork.
Speaking of which, this shelf here, I didn't go through it. This shelf right here where my finger is, that's now the Pokemon card shelf. That's where the binder is right there, and there's a tin full of unsorted cards. There's so much unsorted cards there that I still have to go through. I have one more batch of cards that I need to open, and then I'm done opening cards. I'm done buying cards for a while. Unless I'm at work and there's another crazy instance where stuff comes in and it's mismarked and it's like crazy. So with the last new set that came out, there was like a dual pack tin that's supposed to be $9.99 for the 2 packs, but they came in and they were marked as $1.99. So I just bought like 6 of them because I mean they're mismarked. Yeah, I took advantage knowing the fact that they're mismarked and bought them. But if a customer would have picked them up when I sat them there, they would have got the $1.99 price. So, you know, it's using a little bit of insider knowledge. Maybe, you know, maybe cheating a little bit. But whatever, you know, got to take advantage of a sale when you see one. I didn't even end up getting anything good out of those packs either way. So I saved whoever would have bought those their little bit of money because... bad pulls. I think I only got 1 good card from that entire last opening stream. At least 1, in my opinion. I don't know what good cards are, like, as far as, like, market price and anything like that. I like full art cards, especially the, like, colorful, cartoony, colorful... I said that twice. The ones that are... Here, let me just get the one I'm showing. What I'm talking about. Oops, unplug my headset.
It's the full art cards, yes. There's no border.
I always forget that I use this wired headphones when I'm recording.
Oh, did it pull out of your ear? I hate when that happens.
Nah, I have the wire here, so it just comes out of the mixer. But anyway, this is the one like good card that I pulled from that last stream. Nice full art. I like these because they're like trainer cards, so you can see her just chilling with her big bird. It's not focusing because this one isn't that good of a lens. Its focus range is like right here. But that's like the one good card I got from the last opening stream. So I'm hoping I get something good from the next one. I don't have it planned. Speaking of, after tonight, I am going to put up a new picture posting of my new schedule. It's obviously been completely fucked because of everything we've talked about today. So I'm going to clear the board and rewrite it. And the 3 big things that are going to be on the list are Callisto Protocol, because I need to jam that and complete it before next week. So I only have 7 days to do that. So it's probably going to be like every night this week if I don't complete it. Before I want to do 2 playthroughs, but it's probably not going to happen. So I'm just going to do at least 1. And then the other one is Undertale, which I'm going to start harassing Snake again because we started doing it because we were going to cover it for What's This Game. And with me being away, I couldn't annoy him for it. So hear that, Snake. I'm going to start bothering you to play some more Undertale. Because that is something that you should get 2 playthroughs to. At least 2. You know, whatever you want to do after that, it's up to you. But you should at least get 2 in. And then the next one is Dead Space 2 before the end of the month. Mondays is coming on for that one as well, and that should be on the 29th. We still have that set, and he is going to start playing that on Monday. So I think as soon as I'm done with Callisto, I'm going to start that and then do Undertale in the morning, because that's easy. It doesn't require, like, a lot. It's kind of a... other than the minor difficulty spikes, it's kind of like a silly baby game, so it doesn't require, like, a lot to pay attention to or focus on. And I'm more happy to do, like, the voice acting narrating in the morning than at night when I just want to listen to podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense, too.
So... talk about that. And now the other thing on my list that I want to talk about is if you are here and listening to this, which I guess is just Vale at the moment and anyone else that's in the chat not talking, you should go to Spurgsnake's channel and check out IL Ogier's and audiobooks. It was on Eccles Pineapple's channel. We were doing a like offline recording and then getting it premiered in between his shows on Sundays or Saturdays, Sundays, whatever days you do it on. Days don't mean anything to me unless I'm off. Like it's just a work day or it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
But in between that, he would do it on the on his channel, and now we are slowly wanting to start doing it live, and we did our first live yesterday. So Snake has uploaded all of the episodes to his channel. I believe you can still find them on Eccles' channel if you didn't unlist them, but either way, now they're going to be on Spurg's channel. So go ahead and go there to find it. And we are doing it Tuesdays at like 1 Eastern unless plans change. But that is currently like the time that we can most likely get together, with the exception of American Cupcake because of his real life. He's kind of like on call, and at any moment he can just get a job and he has to go. So he is available up until the moment he's not. And that's totally understandable.
That's exactly what... Yeah, that's exactly what happened this week. He got a phone call right at like 12:30 and was like, fudge. You know, so I don't blame the guy because, you know, he's got a life to pay for like the rest of us. So, and the thing is, in some of the episodes that he is in, you'll see he's very enthusiastic. He really likes it. And so do you. I'm not saying that everybody else isn't. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm appreciative that people are enjoying it. Like, because Echo knows it's like you don't really meet too many people in the wild that get into this kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. It's a little bit of a shame every time he's not there because I do like his passionate interest in fantasy and in books in general. So his ability to compare it and make contrast to other things is always interesting, even if we end up going into like a Lord of the Rings tangent, which there's no problem with. It, you know, it's just funny that that happens because of the similarities in fantasy type books like this, at least at the beginning.
And this week it was Harry Potter because it was just like a couple of things, and you know, like with Nynaeve and Perrin just kind of getting, oh, here's a new thing about your life now.
Yeah, so that's all to say. Go follow that. So that was technically the debut of my studio. We recorded that last night, and now this is the official debut of it. And then tonight, I will be on WATP, assuming Carl sends me the link. You know, that's kind of the like the agreement I have with Carl. It's like I'm on the show unless I don't get the link. You know, so if the show starts and it's live and I'm not in the back room, I'm not on that episode. That's probably safe to assume.
That's a fair assumption. Yeah, I would agree. He's pretty diligent about being organized and doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what his like checklist is, but I know that one of the last things that he does before he's ready is sets up the StreamYard and sends out the link to his guests, so he has the link. And I'm assuming he just uses the built-in feature on StreamYard because there's the email button, and usually the link is just like link for today, and then the link. There's like no intro, outro, no flair, no signature, no header, footer, nothing. It's just subject link, which is perfect. It doesn't, you know, we don't need any more communication than that necessarily. So I was going to check what today's WATP is about, but I can't because it doesn't seem like it's listed yet. Gonna vamp for a couple more seconds on a refresh the page. But I don't think he has the preview set up yet for it. So nope, I don't know what today's WATP is about.
That's slacker.
That is fine. So, that pretty much covers everything that I've been up to. I covered a little bit of what I'm going to be up to. That's as far as gaming streams go and stuff like that. I don't have anything planned in real life, so this is all I'm gonna be doing, which is fine. Okay, sorry, moving on. So, in the Dabbleverse, the only like sort of news that I want to cover, that I think is even interesting at all, is the fact that Bedabbler, El Harible, Rocco, streamed for 3 times this weekend, like over the last couple days, and I think that's fantastic. I don't know what freed up his schedule necessarily to allow him to stream so much, but hooray! Good to see you, Rocco. I always love the late night streams are going good. I hope that's more of a thing, because maybe one of these nights I'll actually call in, because that's late enough when I'm actually off work and I'm in the mood to, you know, be social. So sounds like he lost his job. Oh yeah, Eccles, did he? I don't believe you, but if it is true, then L. Do he have a GoFundMe? Fightthepores.com? Something? I don't know.
Ball washer.
Start a rumor. Yeah. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So,
okay.
yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. I did hear that. I did hear he got fired. It's unfortunate, but it kind of makes sense because that guy has no ability to actually produce video, and he's kind of been clearly coasting at his job for years. Like, I love your streams, buddy, but like, whew, you got some real tech issues. Although, your camera going out all the time, whether that was a bit or not, has kind of stopped, and I do miss that because that was funny. Which is the broadcast bars, the emergency broadcast screen comes up, and it's just all color bars. I did like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh my god, the ball washer drop. Yeah, that Snake has some great drops. I have most of my drops on Discord. What I need to do is figure out a way to rip them and convert them and put them on my actual soundboard, because I have the one sitting here that, as long as it keeps losing connection to my computer, which is annoying. and then when it reconnects, it goes to like a default page instead of my soundboard. So I have to click like 5 times to get back where I want. So I only have a couple of fucking drops. I just need to rip them from Discord. As far as the stuff that went on El Horrible's stream, I guess on one of these warp zones, I will cover something that I find really interesting in the Dabbleverse. But the most interesting part for me right now is the court stuff. So that's already been covered to death on people that have way more inputs on that sort of stuff and have way more intelligent things to say. I am very interested to see where the John lawsuit goes, because I imagine that after it is done, finally, and Carl's able to talk about it, it would be a great time for a DabbleCon 3.
Yes, timing is everything on that.
So, hopefully they can start getting, like, something to get, like, tentative plans together for it, because, I would really like to go back out to Rochester. That was a nice trip, and this time I'll fly. So it'll be nice. I already have an Airbnb that I really like out there, so it really depends. So the big trip that's coming up is still Hackamania. That's the big thing that I want to plan. I need to figure out all of my friends for sure who are going, because any day now Patrick Melton is going to be dropping the packages. So once I have mine and Snake's purchased and ready to go, then I can start pushing and figure out who else is going. Big one is Mondays. Mondays needs to get over his little mini fear of flying, and because there's no way he's driving from whatever state, New Hampshire, whatever fucking state he lives in up there.
Yes, he's in New England somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's way up there in the Northeast. So you're not driving to Vegas, so you got to get on a plane. And a train even is too much, because as OJ pointed out, you can get like all the way up to Reno, but then you still have to get from Reno to Vegas. So
Yeah,
either way,
that's
yeah.
And the train takes a long time. It's like days.
Days. Even though it's faster than cars and stuff like that, it's at least with the car. At any time, you can just stop, get out, and like walk for a mile, sit down, go lay in the grass. You can't really do that on a train. You don't have anywhere to go.
No, except the dining car.
Yeah,
back
so
to your
that
sleeping
sucks.
cabin.
I couldn't imagine being on like a cross country train. It's bad enough like going from here to Chicago. Vale says, "I'd love a long train ride, but I'm a train nerd." Are you like one of those autistic train nerds where you like obsess about them and you know all the different models and stuff like that? How nerdy are we talking?
Are you into Japanese metro trains? Like, going from
You say trans?
Tokyo to Kyoto. No, trains. I could say trans. They're transit trains.
No, I was making a bad joke.
All your jokes are bad.
I know. I'm not funny. Okay, so I have a couple quick more topics before I wrap up. Otherwise, I'm gonna get rambly, and I don't like that. So in the news, like actual news, which I cover on Echo Pineapple's show, the Transatlantic News section, I missed out on this episode. This last one, because I was doing all of this and I had the computer set up and it was ready, but I didn't want to half-ass it, like I really didn't. So the next time he sends me over the news, I'm going to redo the intro and the outro because I have the new studio, and I'm going to put a little bit more effort into how I do it because I really do like the bit, and I like putting effort into it. It's nice to have like a creative outlet in that part that is pushed by somebody else. Not necessarily, he doesn't like push it, but that is put by somebody else. That is, if it's just me being like, hey, I want to do an idea, then it's usually just me holding me to that. because it's on Eccles' channel and he has a time where he goes, I only have until he hits go live to have it to him, you know? And even then I have to have it before that because he does the editing. What I'll do is I'll record a couple of takes and he'll pick the ones he likes and chop out any like parts he doesn't like and snip whatever he does. He has a process behind it. So I have to make sure I get it to him with enough time to do that. So I am looking forward to the next news segment, and I hope this doesn't really go into it because it's just small. Apparently there is a comet on the way to our solar system nearby Earth, and people are theorizing, people as in schizos and Reddit people and idiots on the internet are speculating that it may be a alien spaceship or an alien vessel, at least. You know, maybe not a ship, it could be a rock, but it may be carrying aliens to our solar system. And there is further belief upon this that they are coming to pick up the star seeds, the star childs, which are basically psychically infused people that have been like planted from across the galaxy, sometimes through space and time, and then their soul was like implanted into a person here, and they're like an alien soul. And what's really cool is this has nothing to do with Scientology. So these people are totally together, and they have their shit together, and because they are completely right about everything, the aliens are coming here to rapture them. So we, the Christians and Americans and humans and whatever, we missed out on the Jesus rapture. Either because we didn't reach the criteria and the rapture came and went and none of us got raptured because we all suck, or because we got the date wrong. Either way sucks. But this one we're definitely not missing. There's definitely no chance of this fucking up. The aliens are coming here to take the star seeds. So, hooray! Good job for you guys.
Well, my question is that going to lower the price of eggs?
I don't know how many star seeds there are and how many of them own chicken coops. I would assume a good portion of them own chicken coops because they're nuts, but I don't know.
Price of eggs is killing the restaurant industry.
Definitely the breakfast industry for sure. I haven't had a good breakfast in 6 months, 9 months. I don't know when the last time I had a good breakfast somewhere was. Even when I was in Vegas. Even when I was in Vegas, the breakfast buffet I had there wasn't fantastic. Now maybe that's because of the place I went.
A breakfast buffet is either hit or miss. It's really good or really bad. Like, you got to go to a hotel or something. You got to sneak into a hotel. Just like Ray says, you got to just walk in there and own the place and sit down and have a nice breakfast.
The last bit I want to cover on this little stupid alien thing is, it's the fastest turnaround I think I've seen Patrick Michael comment on anything. So, Charlie, Penguin Z0, Moist Critical, he put out a video covering this topic and was talking about how, you know, duh, of course I know about it because I am super into aliens, but even more so, my dad is ultra obsessed with aliens and a believer. So if my dad doesn't know about this and doesn't believe it, then it's definitely not true, especially because I don't, and I'm a turbo skeptic. And that was basically the video. And not even 2 hours later, Patrick Michael on his Crawl Space channel puts out a commentary video. Not even really a commentary video. He like plays Charlie's video and then stops Charlie's video and plays lo-fi while he says Patrick Michael-esque things. The whole reason I found it interesting is because I had the Charlie video pulled up because I wanted to listen to it last night on stream, and while I was having it in the queue, I saw that Crawl Space uploaded, and I was like, huh. That's a really fast for you to do anything. So let me get this straight. You were sitting at home, then you got Charlie's video, you watched Charlie's video, and then you fired up your editing software and immediately started getting to go on your 5-minute video. Honestly, good for you, Patrick. Like, I'm not shit talking you here. Like, honestly, awesome. having quick turnaround on things is good, especially if you want to be relevant on a topic that you're talking about. Like the comedian videos that you put out and stuff are like old news, and generally it doesn't seem like you really have an opinion on it other than I don't like them, which is fine. That can be as far as your opinion goes. But if you're going to be commenting on like silly news topics and stuff like that, having that quick turnaround is really good, because it actually might even get you into the algorithm for that sort of stuff. If people are searching up Penguin Z0 and like the aliens, it's possible that you get searched up into that stuff. So actually good on you.
Yeah, I think there's a trick to that, and Asmongold does it very well, because he does like reaction videos, but he does the same thing. He titles them very close and similar to the actual video. It works, and but I don't think Patty C. Cups is going to get that type of traction going. And if anybody watches it, it's only going to be that one time. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, "Oh, this stinks," and they're not going to come back. It's half-assiness.
There's a lot of problems to what he does about it, but you're absolutely right. It's just he's more likely to get traction off of it. So, what he did in this one instance, I had to compliment, because it was smart and it got pushed. And I almost listened to his video before I listened to Charlie's video. So, hey, good, honestly, good. The last thing I'm going to cover. Vale says we got the arm wrestling on today. So hold on. Does that mean he put up the thing? Yes. Sweet. Okay, hold on. All right. Thank you, Vale. Was that how you pronounce it? Look, it's spelled Vale. All right. So episode 666, we have the pro arm wrestling, where John starred, wrote, produced, he casted it, he was the best boy, he was the boom operator, he was a set decorator, he was in charge of costuming, he handled the catering. Anything I'm missing? Yeah, it was basically his entire love child. And then somebody was able to find the stuff, and immediately John was like, actually really didn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, really? Is he embarrassed? Is this something that should have been
he's
buried?
backpedaling pretty hard, so we're gonna catch it on WATP today. He's also, of course, covering some Opie or some Whitney Cummings, which is the, to me, lesser known Cummings sister, but apparently more talented and interesting one. So I don't know either of them. Other than Ashley and all the like the Dabbleverse shit, I don't know either of them globally. Like, who the fuck are you people? And then lastly, the other topic is Tom Myers. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, who cares about Tom Myers? Whitney and Chris D'Elia had a NBC sitcom for a few years. That's where they both made a lot of money. And
Chris?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure that was the name you said.
Yes. Yeah. Do you not know Chris D'Elia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I just want to make sure that you said Chris and not like another D'Elia that I didn't know.
Oh, no. It's that one. It's the one.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, they made a lot of money doing that. It was like a 2-year deal. And so Whitney is technically like the more famous one. But yeah, Ashley is probably better known throughout the Dabbleverse for sure now, especially with the Julie appearance.
Tom Myers had a "Who Are These Socials" on his most recent episode at the beginning. It was an ad for WATS. Tom Myers is on a friendly basis with Christian Blatt, so it's not shocking. I think that's kind of interesting. Good for him. It's so funny to me that Tom Myers wanted nothing to do with this, even though he was the one that said, "Hey, review my shit," and then it didn't go the way he wanted to, and then he wanted nothing to do with the Dabbleverse, and then fast forward to now, and he's like, "I want to co-host with Chad Zumach" type shit. Like, dude,
I would be curious to see Chad and Tom together. That
would be a decent show.
Boy. But again, about the Dabble tendrils reaching out really, really far. Tom Myers, I heard of him because of Cumtown and Nick Mullins and Stavros and all them. They were screwing with Tom way before everybody else kind of was, and now he's here. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Like here.
I don't know. Tom is interesting to me because of his pure lack of ability to self-analyze and nothing else.
Another one. Yes, no, he's another one in his own reality, just like Aaron or somebody. You know, they're just like cruising through their own life, and it's like, nope, none of this bothers me. Nope, that whatever you're saying is you're wrong, 100%. All right, bong hit transplant boy. Never smoked weed in a day in his life and makes a weed joke. That's the problem. We can tell you didn't.
I guarantee Tom Myers has not been high in the last like 10 years.
Not only on dentist like anesthetic or something. That's about it.
Speaking of being high, we're going to close out with the last topic of have anybody been paying attention to like stocks and crypto over the last week? Kind of like went through a huge hit on both ends. So Trump announced that there's going to be like a speculated 100% tariff on China, and crypto basically crashed. And due to like obvious insider knowledge, somebody was able to make like $190 million in like no time off of shorting it. So besides the blatant corruption there, it was a good time to buy the dip if you wanted to, but it surged back up pretty quickly. So it's probably too late now if you're like a crypto person. So it would have been a good time to get in if you wanted to buy a dip. That would have been a great time for it. Oh well, a little sus. No, it's 100% sus. Like we don't even need to speculate or whatever. No, it's blatant insider knowledge. It's not insider trading because it's crypto. It's not really trading necessarily, but it's straight up insider knowledge where the guy was placing these shorts up until less than 1 minute before Trump made the announcement, and then immediately started closing accounts afterwards. So he didn't even wait, and like there was a first announcement, he didn't start closing after that. He waited until the big announcement to start closing. So it's obvious to anyone with a brain that it's like somebody had insider knowledge and was like, boop, all right, sweet, awesome. Yeah, I was doing the opposite of hyperbole. Well, don't hyperbole me. And on the opposite side of that, stocks shot upwards because of a couple of big deals that happened. Primarily, OpenAI has now taken a 10% stake in AMD. So NVIDIA is the other leading company for graphics card processing and stuff like that. They have really great cards and good like software. Their DLSS is fantastic. However, because they haven't like really signed any like official deal, it's just kind of like let me start over. NVIDIA is like the go-to for if you want to do like crypto mining and high-end AI computing and stuff like that. It's kind of like the go-to, even though it's not the standard. It's just the go-to. Now with OpenAI taking a actual stake and directly investing in AMD, AMD imaginably will be able to put some of that back into being able to use new AI-powered graphics computing and stuff like that. So their DLSS and whatever system they have may end up being even better than NVIDIA, but that's to be determined. It's speculative. But because of that deal, massively shot up, as well as some other like rare metal companies and other AI related stuff. So if you're looking into that sphere, it again a little too late, but maybe somewhere to invest in if you see another dip, because unless something drastically changes, that is kind of where the world's going. We're going to get more and more into computing and AI. So might as well get in. It's too late to get on the ground floor, but the second floor, maybe?
Anytime, that's the way you do it. Anytime there's a crash or a dip, especially if you're day trading, you want to flip your money as quick as possible. So you want to get in on any crash is a ground floor at a certain point. It's just not. You weren't doing it 10 years ago when it was $5,000 to buy in, where now it's like 15 grand to buy in because the value has gone up. If I had bought a whole coin when this whole thing started, I would be like, I'd be doing much better than I am now. That's for sure.
Yeah, even one coin. Yeah, like having a like. It's nice that now you can buy like partials and stuff like that, especially with different trading apps and stuff like that. But having those stories of people finding a bunch, it's just like, oh man, wow. Somebody set themselves up really well, that's for sure. And then those other people on the other side, yeah, where they lose their wallet and it's like, man, I would have killed myself. I don't know how you're not. That's so much stress.
Yeah, no, NFTs was one of the ones that like went up real quick and then collapsed real quick. Like I think a lot of people lost a lot of money.
There is a giant dead volcano in Washington that's full of rare earth metals too that might start getting mined. Yeah, like if you picture it like a game with resources, America has generally for the last amount of turns kind of avoided self-mining and been like trading outside resources and bringing in. We're not that we haven't done it, but we're like avoiding necessarily depleting our own resources and trying to deplete other people's resources. So we will still have some, but it's getting to the point where because of inefficiencies and stuff like that and greater demand, we're needing more and more of that stuff. So it's only a matter of time before we start saying, hey, do you have metal in your backyard? Who knows? That's speculative, of course. You know, that I say soon, maybe like 1,000 years. Who knows? I don't know anything.
No,
that's why I stay out of
lithium,
politics.
Well, lithium is very important right now because everything is powered by a battery. So, you know, that's where I think one of the biggest ones. Everybody's all concerned about gold and all that, and which is true because we plate everything in electronics with gold now. So, yeah, start buying that shit. The rarer it gets, the more it's going to be worth.
Yeah, so stocks in those, not a horrible idea, but I have only just started buying even tiny amounts of stock, so I don't really know anything. Just something I've started keeping my eye on as I have a little bit of extra money, maybe want to do, you know. I'm going to be 31 this year, so it'd be nice to have a little bit of a saving.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I think that pretty much closes out all the topics I wanted to cover. Is there anything you want to bring up or mention before we get out of here?
No, I think you hit everything on the head. Just, you know, I was really interested in the alien stuff. Yeah, that was very funny with Charlie Moist Critical yesterday, and we had a good little talk after that too. So yeah, no, I think you hit every beat that we needed to talk about, and you promoted stuff that I already was not worried about yet until next week. So thank you.
Well, thank you for being here and keeping me on track and you know, participating. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate it. Oh, I realized Mondays was in the chat. Yeah, deleting all his old channels doesn't help. Yeah. That's in reference to Patrick Michael. Thanks for showing up Mondays. I appreciate it. And everyone else. I will most likely be streaming Callisto Protocol tonight after WATP. So until then, I'll catch you next time.